6:17 a.m. local time. Strait of Hormuz. The water is calm by the standards of this passage. Light chop, 5-knot surface breeze. Visibility stretching well past 10 nautical miles. Through the narrow channel between Iran and Oman, a U.S. Navy-escorted convoy of 4 commercial vessels moves in column formation. 2 oil tankers, 1 bulk carrier, and a Panamanian-flagged cargo ship whose operators have been waiting 17 days to transit. USS Nitze, an Arleigh Burke-class guided missile destroyer, leads the column from ahead and slightly to starboard. Her bridge team has been awake since 0400. Nobody on this crew needs reminding of what this stretch of water has produced in the past 3 months. At 6:19, the radar operator's voice cuts through the morning quiet inside the Combat Information Center. 6 surface contacts. Bearing 041. Fast movers. No AIS. On the display, the contacts appear almost simultaneously, not one at a time, not scattered, but in a tight cluster that materializes from the Iranian coastal corridor in the space of 40 seconds. Their speed is already above 30 knots. Small radar cross-section. Low freeboard. The profile is immediately recognizable to anyone who has operated in this theater for the past 60 days. IRGC fast attack craft. Range, 14 nautical miles. Closing. The tactical action officer doesn't raise his voice. Track and classify. Continuous update. His tone is the same one used to order coffee. It is not indifference. It is training. 6 Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps boats, almost certainly armed with rocket-propelled weapons and potentially torpedoes, are accelerating on an intercept heading toward a column of unarmed commercial vessels, with only 1 warship standing between them and 4 crews who have no weapons at all. Inside the CIC, the picture sharpens every sweep. The 6 contacts are not moving randomly. They are spreading as they close. A fanning formation designed to widen the engagement geometry, force multiple simultaneous tracking solutions, and prevent any single defensive action from covering the entire formation. Their spacing increases incrementally. 1 knot wider, 2 degrees farther apart. This is not improvised. At 6:21, the convoy lead tanker reports visual sighting via bridge radio. Fast boats. Multiple. Heading our way. USS Nitze acknowledges. Maintain course and speed. We have you covered. Those last 4 words carry more weight at sea than almost anywhere else on Earth. At 6:22, International Distress Channel 16 broadcasts the first hail. Clear, professional, unmistakably authoritative. Iranian naval vessels bearing 041. This is a United States Navy warship. You are approaching a U.S. escorted convoy in international waters. Alter course immediately. No response. Range, 11 nautical miles. At 6:23, the electronic warfare suite aboard USS Nitze detects the first active radar emissions from the Iranian formation. Not fire control quality, not yet, but no longer passive navigation radar either. They are sweeping the convoy, cataloging positions, building a targeting picture. Every emission is logged automatically. Frequency, pulse repetition interval, power level. If this encounter becomes an incident, those logs will matter. At 6:24, the second hail goes out. Repeated in Farsi. Still nothing. The 6 contacts continue closing. Range, 9 nautical miles. Their speed has climbed to 38 knots. At that closing rate, they will reach the convoy's outer perimeter in under 8 minutes. Inside the CIC, closest point of approach calculations refresh on every sweep. 2 of the lead boats are projected to pass directly through the convoy column if nothing changes. Not around it. Through it. That is not an accident of navigation. That is a message. At 6:25, the captain arrives on the bridge. He has already read the CIC feed on the repeater in his sea cabin. He doesn't ask for a briefing. He studies the tactical display. 6 boats. 1 column. His ship. He gives 1 order. Prepare aviation. Below deck, an MH-60 or Seahawk crew moves to their aircraft with the efficiency of people who expected this call. No scramble. No alarm. The helicopter was already armed and fueled before 0600, because in the Strait of Hormuz in May 2026, there is no such thing as a quiet morning. At 6:26, the lead Iranian boat makes its first direct maneuver. It doesn't turn toward the convoy. It turns toward USS Nitze. just enough to place the destroyer between itself and the commercial column, a positioning move designed to complicate the geometry of any U.S. response. The move is subtle, a few degrees, but the CIC catches it in under 20 seconds. Contact 1 maneuvering. Possible bracket attempt. Range, 7 nautical miles. The 6 boats continue fanning outward. They are now spread across a frontage of nearly 3 miles. Their individual radar returns remain small. Each boat displaces barely 60 tons. But their collective geometry is the point. 6 vectors. 1 convoy. 1 defending ship. The math is designed to be uncomfortable. USS Nitze does not maneuver. She holds course. At 6:28, the Seahawk lifts off the destroyer's flight deck. The rotor wash barely disturbs the surface at this altitude, but the sound carries far across open water. Every boat in the Iranian formation can hear it. That sound means eyes from above. Optics. Recording equipment. A presence that cannot be outrun. The helicopter climbs to 800 feet and angles toward the leading edge of the Iranian formation, not directly overhead, not inside their safety perimeter, just close enough to be unmistakable. Its cameras are already running. Hull numbers, deck positions, weapons posture, all of it time-stamped. At 6:29, the lead contact reduces speed by 4 knots. It is the first deviation from the closing profile since the contacts appeared on radar. It is small, it is deliberate, and it is the first signal that the presence of the helicopter has registered. 2 of the flanking boats maintain speed. They are still closing. Range, 5.3 nautical miles to the convoy. Inside the CIC, the tactical action officer watches the split develop. 2 boats pressing. For slowing slightly. The formation is losing coherence. 6 boats moving as one unit is a coordinated threat. 6 boats moving as individuals is a different calculation. At 6:30, the Seahawk transmits directly to the nearest Iranian vessel. Calm. Precise. Repeated. Iranian fast attack craft. This is a United States Navy aircraft. You are approaching a protected convoy in international waters. Your actions are being recorded. Alter course immediately, or we will respond to protect this convoy. At 6:31, USS Nitze transmits a supplemental signal, not a radio hail. Her forward weapons system rotates to bearing 041. Not a targeting lock, not an active radar emission, just visible movement, captured on every optical system in the Iranian formation. You are seen. You are tracked. We are not uncertain. The 2 lead boats hold their speed for 11 more seconds. Then the first one breaks. At 6:32, contact 3 alters course, 30 degrees to port, away from the convoy's projected path. Its wake fans wide as it executes the turn at speed. Seconds later, contact 1 follows, curving north, increasing distance from the column. The remaining 4 boats slow further. Their fanning formation, which had been tightening toward the convoy, begins to dissolve. Inside the CIC, no one speaks for 3 seconds. Then the ASW coordinator gives the update. All 6 contacts now on diverging headings. Distance increasing. No active weapons emissions detected. The Seahawk holds its orbit above the retreating boats. It does not pursue. It watches. Its cameras continue recording. On the bridge of USS Nitze, the captain lowers his binoculars. He does not give a celebratory order. There is no announcement to the crew. He simply returns his attention to the tactical display and confirms what the screen already shows. The column is intact. The convoy is moving. The Iranian boats are leaving. At 6:35, the Seahawk turns back toward the destroyer. As it does, one of the Iranian boats makes a final communication. Internal radio chatter captured by USS Nitze's electronic warfare suite. The transmission is brief. The translation arrives on the CIC display within seconds. Abort. Return to port. At 6:37, the lead convoy tanker reports visual clearance. Boats are turning away. We see open water ahead. USS Nitze acknowledges. Continue transit. We are with you. The column moves forward. By 6:44, all 6 Iranian contacts are beyond 5 nautical miles and still opening. Their formation is gone. They are individual boats now, each making its own way back toward the Iranian coast. The geometry that had looked so deliberate 18 minutes earlier, the fan, the bracket, the press, has collapsed into 6 separate wakes pointing home. At 6:47, The Seahawk completes its final landing aboard USS Nitze. Rotors slow. Deck crew secure the aircraft. The mission log is complete. Every second from first radar contact to withdrawal, preserved with timestamps and coordinates. Inside the CIC, the tactical action officer enters the final line in the operational record. 6 IRGC vessels maneuvered to intercept U.S. escorted commercial convoy. Convoy maintained transit. All contacts withdrew without engagement. No weapons fired. No vessels damaged. No celebration follows. The convoy still has 40 minutes of transit remaining through the strait. Another 11 miles of water where anything can appear on radar. The watch continues. By 7:15, all 4 commercial vessels have cleared the narrowest point of the Strait of Hormuz. The tankers, the bulk carrier, the cargo ship that waited 17 days for this moment. They are through. Their crews on bridges who watched 6 fast-moving shapes appear and then recede know what almost happened. They don't need it explained. On the strait's surface, the morning returns to something resembling quiet. A few tankers in the distance. A patrol aircraft far overhead. The gray silhouette of USS Nitze moving steadily through international waters, holding a course that did not bend. What happened here this morning was not extraordinary by the standards of this theater. It was the 9th such intercept attempt in 5 weeks. 6 boats instead of 8. A withdrawal that came earlier than some. A convoy that got through instead of turning back. But the math of what it requires to accomplish that is worth understanding. 1 warship, 1 helicopter, 3 radio transmissions, 17 seconds of visible weapons movement, and the discipline to hold a course while something dangerous closes the distance and dares you to flinch. The Strait of Hormuz does not reward panic. It does not reward hesitation. It does not reward dramatic gestures. It rewards the side that knows exactly what it is doing and executes it without error every time, regardless of what appears on the radar. Today, that side held the course, and the convoy got through. By 7:15, all 4 vessels have cleared the strait. No weapons fired. No ships damaged. No headlines. Just a convoy that was supposed to be stopped, and wasn't. 6 boats came out of the Iranian coast with a plan. A formation. A geometry built to make 1 warship choose between protecting 4 ships at once and failing at all of them. They didn't account for one thing. The ship never had to choose. It never moved. It never flinched. It simply made clear, through presence and patience, that the cost of pressing further was higher than the value of turning back. That's not a victory that gets announced. There's no damage assessment. No after-action press release. Just a log entry, a recovered helicopter, and a column of ships that reached open water. The Iranian boats are already back at their base. USS Nitze is already back on patrol. And somewhere ahead, the next convoy is already forming up. Because this is the Strait of Hormuz in 2026. And out here, the mission doesn't end. It just resets.